Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining. My name is Al, and I'm the CEO of Al Stock Trades LLC. In this video, I'm going to be answering the question, is the stock market a gamble? I've received a lot of these comments lately, and so I have my notes up here so we can stay on track. So I'm with you, and this is going to be in improv one-on-one video, no editing, just a conversation, okay? And I really want to hear what you guys have to say in the comment sections. I look through the comments and I really enjoy reading through them. So I want to start off with a story, okay? And this is a true story. It literally happened yesterday, less than 24 hours ago. So in the Valley, we have a 24 access gym that has a nice sauna and steam room. I went there last night to clear my head, and I within the sauna, there was this wonderful lady in her 60s. And, somehow we got into the discussion about, the economy, inflation, and, so much for clearing my head, right? And we were talking about all these things, and we ended up getting into the stock market discussion. Before we did that, the lady was telling me that, she did terrible in math and she doesn't understand math. And, she wished she understood it in the past. But then she made a comment. She said, the stock market is a gamble. I don't care what you tell me. I will never believe that the stock market is actually a place to make money. So, I'm a very direct person. I don't like to sugarcoat things. I guess I'm an academic / realist. I'm still trying to figure, me out, just like everyone in this world. But, it's, I asked her, I said, you said that you are not good at math. And you do understand that a stock market or stock is a piece of a business that has, cash goes in and out, expenses, and it's all math, about, 5th to 6th grade level algebra, right? That, and you're telling me that you don't know math, but yet you have the necessary experience, not really, to make an assumption saying, well, the stock market's a gamble. Where did you learn this? And how did you get to this level of saying it's a gamble? I usually brush these comments off, but I'm in the sauna. I'm like, you know what? I just want to know. Okay. So maybe this video will be helpful for, relatives, family members of your guys's, that might have the same issue and, same questions. Right. And, so she was telling me, well, a lot of people lose money. And I'm like, well, who do you know who that lost money? A lot of people. You hear it everywhere. And to me, and this is something that, I'm going to make an assumption, this type of individual gets their media from probably a couple of sources, and that doesn't really vet the input that's going into their brain, and almost has a 7-layer filtration system before something becomes a fact in their brain. So there's a lot of things construed within the subconscious bias that I would say. So is the stock market a gamble? The answer is no. It is not a gamble. It is a mathematically equivalent, beautiful system that if you understand the art of investing, you will succeed. So a lot of people, when I ask, like, for example, people that are interested in buying the Mullen stock, which I do not endorse, I do not like that stock, right? It's not making a business, but let's just assume, okay? People that make videos and that pump Mullen, right? And they don't say that Mullen is a speculative play. The people that do that are the people that buy into, let's say, Mullen, which is a EV company for people that don't understand, that hasn't even sold a car yet, right? We're in the year 2022, and they're expected to sell their first car in 2026. So you have to ask yourself, is this a business? What is a business? A business is normally an operation where someone sells you goods and services. Is this business or entity selling any goods right now? The answer is no. But yet people are willing to buy a stock, and their due diligence is that, well, someone else is going to buy it at a higher price. That is not investing. That is speculating. That is gambling. You see, the problem is a lot of retail investors, they gamble. Majority of people don't understand what a business is because they don't even understand math, because this country doesn't preface math And I feel like society, retail people, investors are disenfranchised from the 89% of the top 10 wealthiest, the top 10 wealthiest people. 89% of them or within the market as a whole, 89% is controlled by the top 10% richest people. It was hard for me to say that sentence because it's just so mind-blowing that a whole stock market, everything you look at, all the stocks you look at, the top 10% of the wealthiest people control 89% of it. So you tell me right now, okay? If the stock market is gambling, then why are the wealthiest people in the world invested in it? Why, of the 10% of the wealthiest people in the world, why do they control almost 90% of the market? Well, it's simple. It's not gambling. So this is going to be some advice I'm going to be giving you, not financial. This is just psychology advice, okay? This is a culture that we live in. It's a psychological problem more than I would say, a academic or intelligent one. So what I'm trying to say is you're not stupid, or this lady is not stupid. She doesn't believe in herself. It's the psychology of your net worth. If I were to ask you right now, how much do you value yourself? In fact, I was at a gym recently. I'm always at the gym, right? And she was, I asked the front, she was an 18-year-old, right? And I said, well, if I give you and I pay you $2 an hour, would you work for me? She said, no, of course not. But then I told her, if I pay you $30 an hour, would you work for me? She's like, hell, of course I will. So I'm like, so you value yourself at $30 an hour. That's your value, right? She's like, no, it's not like that. I'm like, well, why didn't you do two? It's like, well, because my time. Well, so you're telling me your time is worth $30 then, not two. In the end of the day, you guys have to ask yourself, how much do you value yourself? What is your psychology? And a lot of people, this goes so deep into how your family raised you, all the put downs that you have, all the negativity that you carry with you. When you engage in the stock market, it is thrown at you. When you see your portfolio go down, and when you see zeros after zeros and your just numbers going down, you go into this mental state that I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a loser. I'm an idiot. This is a gamble. Screw these people. You start going into this fight or flight sympathetic nervous system response that gets activated. And Wall Street knows this. And by the way, this is natural. This is a normal human response to preserve our wealth, to preserve our life, that the adrenal glands that sit above the kidneys release these hormones that activate this, hippocampal axis system that causes you to just want to run away, AKA sell my position because the pain will be over. Okay? So how do you remedy that? Well, you need to understand the psychology of your net worth. You need to educate yourself. I mean, that's the only way, right? Which is why we've created this platform, which is why we went into this. The stock market is when you buy a stock, let's say pretend this phone is an Apple stock, right? It's an iPhone here. When I buy this phone here, let's pretend this is a stock. I'm buying one share of Apple, okay? Now, when I buy this one share, now one share may not seem like a lot, but let's simplify. What I'm doing is this share fits in the bigger building of shares of the company. So think of Apple like this big little symbol, this little Apple symbol, and within that there are many, many tiny squares. And within each square, you have a share. And as I have one of those shares, right? And as the business grows, right? As it gets stronger and better and makes more revenue and is net income positive and it adds to their free cash flow value, the business as a whole becomes wealthier. And so do you. But you have to find businesses that are profitable. You have to find businesses, if you want to go risk, find businesses that are near profitability, that can expand your rate of return. And that's really for experienced folks that really know what they're doing. So I recommend looking at profitable companies first, free cash flow positive, net income positive. Those are the ones that are a full functioning business where the business model has ran into. So the goal here is that when you invest into this company, you're investing in a business that is making you money, okay? And the problem is that most folks do is they don't understand how to read financials. They don't understand what a balance sheet is, and net income is, or a statement of cash flows, or any of these types of components that every business reports. And the sad part is that they blame everyone but themselves. And I know I'm stereotyping here, but if you want to make your life better, you got to put in the work. You have to physically believe in yourself. I'm not going to go on my neighbor. I'm going to go knock on his door and say, hey, do you believe in me? Listen, guys, no one is going to believe in you more other than yourself, okay? We're going to add a couple of some life hacks into this. Like, for example, you're going to have haters. When you start making money, you're going to have people. It's going to be the test of who is real in your life. And sadly, sometimes family, you realize, may not be the ones that they've been let off to for you to believe. And I'm hitting a lot right now in here. And the biggest take-home message of what can you take home from this video is you need to understand the psychology of your net worth, the psychology of how money is transferred between the patient and, unfortunately, the person who just wants to make $1 now. Okay? Because Wall Street will exploit you. Wall Street will activate your sympathetic nervous response and steal money from you. They don't care about you, okay? And people are going to be making these outlandish comments, the stock market is a gamble, to make them feel better because they don't understand it. And they didn't even attempt or just spent a year reading books about the intelligent investor or any of these books, just trying to understand. They didn't even spend that time. So when we're in this channel, and especially our Mastering Stock Market course and our ISLE Stock Alerts community, we are going to create this motto where we are always going to be better. The next day I wake up, I want to be better than I was the day before. As soon as I put my head out of bed, by the time I lay my head back onto that pillow, I need to be smarter. I need to be stronger. My muscles. I need to be mind, body, and spirit need to be strong and ready for the next day. Okay? So I hope this was a very kind of all over the place video, but I hope it brings in the point. The stock market is not a gamble. It is a battle between understanding the intrinsic value of a company, but sadly, you won't even get to that level if you don't understand the psychology of your net worth. How much do you value yourself? If I right now took a checkbook and I said, I give any number to you, but I get 10% of what you get for the rest of your life. If you say $100,000, then you're worth $1 million. Your worth is $1 million. Okay? Most people tend to overinflate that sometimes, right? Because it's your life, right? So why are you stuck in a deadbeat job, not trying to increase your net income? Why aren't you investing in yourself? You're watching, football, Netflix, and wasting your time watching some other person get essentially success than rather you investing in yourself, getting yourself stronger, right? Helping your family, your future generation, building a legacy, okay? So we're gonna be making more of these videos, and it'll be a lot more professional in terms of editing and graphics and whatnot, but I really wanted to just lay this out as a foundation because unfortunately, the Wall Street wants you to think this way. They want you to think it's a gamble. So when people try to get into it and the first time they fail, they just lose and they just give up. And then they hire a person to do it for them, right? Well, you could do it yourself. And no one's going to care about your portfolio more than you, just like no one's going to care about your psychology of your net worth. So I want you to tonight go to your bathroom and put on a freaking sticker and say, you know, I am worth this much, right? Because we value everything in currency. All right. And ask yourself, am I doing the necessary things to get to that net worth? Am I doing the necessary things to get to that level that I see myself? Why am I letting X, Y, and Z treating me this way? Right? So I hope this video was helpful. Please comment down below what you liked, what you didn't like, and I want to hear from you. And it's a privilege and honor, and God bless you guys. And I'll see you on the next one.